and thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm going to be talking about how to easily and frugally cook for one. I have 4 points here. Now, I was single for the majority of my life, and I was also a single mother up until 3 years ago now. So, and even now, still today, I cook for just one almost every day because at lunchtime I am alone. I work from home, so I have to just cook for me. And yeah, so these are things that I still do to this day to cook just for myself, and things that I have always just done. And yeah, so let's get started. So the first point is to continue just cooking as you would normally for a family of however many, 3 or 4 or more if that's what you're used to. And just once you're done cooking your meal, make single portions in reusable containers, whatever you have, and either freeze them or store them in the fridge for up to a few days. If you know you're going to eat it in a row, I like to freeze it personally because I only like to eat the same thing maybe 2-3 times in a row tops. So I like to freeze them so I can thaw them out whenever I want. But yeah, for example, if you're cooking chicken, rice, and veggies one day and you have 4 pieces of chicken and a thing of rice and a bunch of vegetables, take a scoop of rice, a piece of chicken, and veggies, put the lid on, throw it in the freezer, and then and do that every time you cook, so you have a nice little stash of meals all ready to go. And it is great because those days when you come home after work or whatever it is you're doing and you don't want to cook, then you have a whole selection. And I just take a marker and I write down what it is on it if I can't really tell, because sometimes when things freeze it's hard to see what it is through the container. And some of these easy meals are chicken curry, stir fry, soup, salads. You can make a big one and then put it into smaller containers. I find that this lasts good for up to a week as long as you put the wet stuff on the bottom and then the lettuce and the drier stuff on top. Chicken, you can make a big batch of cut up chicken and use that for wraps. Taco meat for tacos. Pizza, you can just cut the pizza into slices, and if you only eat 1 or 2 slices a meal, then you can freeze pieces of pizza and take that out. Before I move on to the second one, when you do this, if you want, you can cook one day every day for a week, and then you don't have to cook for the rest of the month because you'll have 5 days times 4 meals, so that's 20 meals. So basically, well, you'll have a meal for the rest of the month, and yeah, you never have to cook, just 1 week out of a whole month, and it's that easy. The second one is to make simple non-cooking meals. This would include sandwiches, fresh wraps, pitas, 1 bowl of oats, like overnight oats type thing, salads, anything you don't have to cook, because then you could just take what you want at that time, and that's it. The third point is make things that you can make into new dishes. For example, potatoes. If you boil a bunch of potatoes one day, you can fry them up the next day and make them into potato pancakes, or just fried potatoes with an egg and have like a potato omelet. And then eggs is another thing. If you hard boil eggs one day for breakfast and you have a few extra, you can cut them up and make egg salad sandwiches for the next day or the next couple days. Meat, if you make just a chicken one day, you can shred it and put it into sandwiches, or make hot meat sandwiches where you put it on a piece of bread with meat and gravy on top. Rice, you can add the meat to it and you can make a stir fry or just fried rice. I do that a lot. Things like that. And the last point is to just simply cook smaller amounts. So I do this a lot for lunch because I don't have a microwave, and it's just easier to do this for me now. But I will bake one potato and just, you know, have a salad on the side with a baked potato. Or if I have a bunch of rice, and I'll put some rice on a pan, one piece of fish, and take some frozen veggies and put it in a tray and put it in the oven, and just that amount, and eat that. Or grilled sandwiches, like grilled cheese, or you can add meat, you can add mushrooms, onions, it's delicious. So that kind of thing, just make enough. So if you just want one piece of meat and have some kind of side dish and a vegetable. And those are my tips on how to easily cook for one person without having any waste. And I have been doing this for many years, and I have been able to use everything I cook and not have much waste. So I hope this helps some of you who don't have so many people to cook for, or if you're like me, just you're on your own for a lot of the time and just don't want to cook huge meals all of the time. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and until the next video, I look forward to seeing you. Bye!